Oh my gosh, we got goodies, and of course we got JayZ.
What up, though?
Man, it's so good to see you again.
Likewise.
I feel like you smell richer. I don't know if that's the aura and the. Yeah, I don't know. The last time I saw you, I was like, okay, he's rich.
Right.
This is like super rich. You know, there's like different levels of richness.
Rich in spirit, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is this? Talk to me a little bit about this.
Avion tequila. That's my tequila. You know, I wanted to bring you something through. We got.
Oh, thank you.
The Reposado. We got, just it's the best tequila in the world right now. To be honest with you.
Of course.
Way better than the other stuff, Patron, all that. Out of here.
You have a lot of businesses going on. We'll talk about music in a second because that's why you're here.
Right.
But I know that you have your own restaurant.
Yeah, I have a restaurant in Atlanta, American Cut, steakhouse, real nice, high end.
Wow.
Dope. I just got a water, Defiance Fuel. It's for somebody's, just the athlete or health is a big thing right now, so I definitely wanted to be a part of that. And it's great water, by the way. I just opened up 5 orphanages in Mexico.
I can't with you right now.
Right. What else? It's real estate.
Wait, you can't just say that like that. Jesus, hold on. I'm just trying to get to one orphanage, opening something in life. 5?
Right.
How? What?
Actually, shouts out to Ken Austin, who's my partner on Avion Tequila. Mm-hmm. A lot of the plants and stuff are in Mexico, so we just felt like it was only right to, give back to the cities that support us. So.
Oh my gosh. Right. And this isn't the only thing that you do for communities in general.
No, I'm year round. I mean, all year. I'm, from Atlanta to any rural town in Georgia to, wherever. I'm always about the youth. You know what I'm saying? The youth is our future. So it's always, just to let kids know where you at with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I looked up to the guys that were in my neighborhood that gave back. You know what I mean? I started out doing that at a young age, though. I started renting the gymnasium in my neighborhood and making sure that everybody chipped in to make sure the kids had Christmas.
My gosh.
Yeah.
And you know what? I remember the last time we talked, I think you were headed to Detroit to do a charity event.
Right. Did a charity event. They actually gave me the key to Detroit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they made me an honorary member of Detroit. So shouts out to Detroit for that.
Is that weird to you because you're from Atlanta, but then you get keys to other cities?
No, because it's to me it's all the same. It's I'm a voice of the people, so it's our people everywhere. So to be able to go to another city and get that same respect, I think that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And be able to go talk to the youth there and they give you the same respect if you was at home.
Yeah.
Because they look at you the same, you know what I mean? I don't think it's, it ain't where you're from, it ain't where you're at, it's what you do,
Man, it's needed, especially times like this.
Right.
Do you feel that with the newer artists that, I'm not saying that they don't give back, because I do see some giving back, but do you feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect with how those who've been in the game, we were just talking about I Love It, and how things have changed between maybe like 10 years ago. We'll just take it back to 10 years ago. And how, I guess, that wasn't as internet infused where, you didn't really come up through the internet, right? People knew you from the streets and that's how you got your buzz. Maybe that's your connection to the people you always give back. Do you think technology might have interfered with the younger artists and why they're not as connected to the people? And that's as polite as possible that I could put it.
It's politically correct.
Yes.
I feel like, because a lot of what I was doing, a lot of what we was doing was really hands-on. So you see these people when you not just for videos, you know what I'm saying? Just to go in the neighborhoods and shoot videos. Like you see them and you deal with them, they really champion you. So it's almost like you feel like they're an extended part of your family. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, you don't want to be well off and see people, hurting when you can, when I always been a breadwinner for my family. I put my sisters through school. I bought my mom her first house when I was 14, 15. It wasn't big.
Damn.
It wasn't big, but I did that. It's probably big as this room, but
it doesn't still.
2-bedroom trailer, you know what I mean? I did that, but as I, became more successful, I bought her bigger houses, and I made sure she was straight, just like a lot of people in my family. But that just came from the way I was raised.
Right.
So I think that's the disconnect. I mean, they're raised different. You know, they're raised by the internet,
right,
and not, you know, their OGs or their uncles or their big cousins. So it's a little different. So you gotta just lead, you know, by example. With me, it's not. I do a lot of stuff all year round that you know, I don't even tell people about. You know what I mean?
We know
like,
this.
Yeah, like you know, just things I've done. Like, you know, when the hurricane hit in Houston, you know, Trey the Truth was with one of my great friends. Right. I mean, I just felt like he stepped up.
He did,
and I kind of felt, you know, away because I know him and I've been to Houston so many times, and I just felt like, you know, like, what can I do to help? And, you know, he made it clear it wasn't about the money. So I'm just like, okay, well, look, I just got this new water company. I'm going to talk to corporate and talk to them and just see if we can get y'all a couple of tractor trailers of, you know, water there. But I feel like that's what we got to do for each other, because he was doing whatever he can. But I felt like water now would help them more than me trying to send a check there, because they needed water at the time, and I actually had
that's amazing.
Water. But, you know, and that goes back to the street thing, because Trey is like myself. He's one of those guys that are for the people. So that's a call that we made together that I probably would have never spoke on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's what I feel like. You know, that's how we was raised. That's the difference.
It is very clear.
Right, it's the difference.
And I think, and I know that you're so quiet with these things, and I know you don't publicize how much you do for our communities, but I think it's also beautiful when we do know, because I think it helps inspire people who don't realize how amazing that is, right? Because if there were more Jeezys doing this, maybe this world could be a better place, possibly. But I just feel like at the same time, it's inspiring.
No, I mean, to me, you know, it's all about, you know, we all here together. So it's all about, you know, we make great music for people to live by, but they still consider us leaders as well. So when things really happen, that's one thing I can say, you know, just even about the way things are going now. You've seen all these natural disasters, all these different things happening. But what I did see is a lot of people banding together to help each other out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can respect that. And that's the era we came from. If things happen in the neighborhood, somebody couldn't pay their light bill, you know, you look out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Somebody didn't have their rent, you look out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because these, you know, we all we got, literally. Yeah. You know, and when it comes to the culture, it's the same way. You know, if we didn't have these people that respect, you know, our outlook on life, like, who would buy our music? Who would support our shows? Like, who would, you know, who would support you? Just be somebody just doing something. So to me, I just think it works hand in hand. You know, when people look at you, they look at you, you know, iconic, looking for you for leadership, looking for a lot of reasons. Even some of your homeboys, just like the advice you might be able to give them, because now you're getting different information. So it's about sharing the information. You know, so we share it through our music, we share it through conversations, we share it through interviews, and sometimes that might be enough. Yeah. You know, for somebody else to step up. Exactly. Yeah, because it's all about empowering people, and they don't have to always be just financially. You know, it could be about information or just showing them the way.
Oh, information is so crucial. Right. People have no idea. That's, to me, more valuable than money.
Of course.
That's just like, especially after being in the game for so long and you've experienced the ups and downs and the ropes, like that game you could give somebody
knowledge,
is just...
It's knowledge. It's just like, you know, from any athlete to any, you know, just any book writer to, you know, anything that you've done or gonna do is always somebody who went through it before you. Yes. And actually, you know, when you get in a rut, they could tell you, look, you know, you might want to try this or you might want to try that. And that's, you know, for me, that's what my music has always been about. It's about sharing the information. Yes. You know, so it's just like, I'm not here to, you know, wow you or amuse you. I'm here to say, look, well, when this happened to me, you know, I took this route. You know, that might not be the route you want to take, but at the same time, here's the information. Man. You know what I'm saying? This is what I achieved. You know, you might want to achieve more, you might want to achieve less. That's on you. But, you know, let's be fair about it. Here it is, you know. From the recession to anything I ever made, the inspiration, like, if you call something the inspiration, or you know, that's not about me. That's about me inspiring. If I say, you know, if I tell you, you know, thug motivation, that's about, you know, motivating some people that I think that have been demonized or put in positions where they can't be successful. It's just like, no, you could be successful. You know, you might have to go through a couple things, but, you know, there's a way around it. There's a loop, like, you know, your lawyer tell you, there's loopholes in everything. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and like one of my friends told me, you know, there's a crime behind every success story. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, you can clean up, you know, what it is you're doing and open up doors for other people by your trials and your tribulations, through your words and your music, through you just showing up at a detention center for kids in Detroit.
Man.
You know what I mean? You touching people, you know?
The people always want you to win. And
right.
I mean, I'm sure you know this, in all the years you've been doing this, it's always been the streets that just want
right.
Jeezy to win.
Right.
And you never let that really get to your head. There's never been a time in all the interviews I've done with you that you've ever acted funny.
Right.
Hollywood, look at me.
Right.
It's always been even keeled the whole way. What would you say, if you have any regrets being in the industry for this long, do you have anything that you wish you could have handled differently? Or is everything pretty much the way you wanted it?
No, I have no regrets, you know, especially being where I'm at as a black man. So that's for, you know, first and foremost. But I think it's been times that I wish I would have listened, you know, to myself and others when I felt like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've learned to listen more than I talk. You know what I mean? So that's the best advice I can get to anybody. And not being scared to bet on yourself. And that's, you know, why I always won that.
Yeah.
You know, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to learn something. You know what I mean? So I don't really have any regrets. But at the same time, all I can tell you, if people are giving you information, you know, sit back and listen to it, digest it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just think about how the information can help you, because, you know, an idea can be life-changing.
Man.
You know, it could change your whole life and everybody around you. You know, and you have to treat it like that. You can't just go into it like I know everything. You know, and when I was coming out the streets, I figured, you know, I beat the streets, I could beat anything. But now, this is business. This is real life. You know, if you don't handle things right, you know, you might not be able to get back where you at.
Right.
So just getting in those different rooms and having those different conversations, you're like, So that's what I try to relay in my music, because it's like, I heard this and this is what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Let me give it to you. Now you tell me what you think. You know?
I feel like you and Tee Grizzley have great conversations.
Right,
Probably
right.
how this connection happened on the song.
Right.
This brand new song that you have, talk to me about it.
Cold Summer, which is AKA Wintertime. That's what I call it. Cold Summer is about just taking, you know, the winter and making it your summer. You know, and still living it up. Tee Grizzley, you know, just being, you know, in Detroit so much and understanding what goes on with the culture and having friends that was really from there and really went through the struggle, and seeing, you know, how they made so many, you know, celebrities just from the streets, and seeing the type of money they generated, the type of corporations they made, the type of, you know, just the type of, you know, reach they had over the world. I just always respected them as hustlers anyway. But when I first started hearing Tee Grizzley, I was just like, wow, you got this kid that's telling these stories about people that I heard about. You know what I'm saying? Or have seen some of them, and he's telling it so well, and I believe him. You know what I mean? So what would it be like for us to do a record and talk about the people that we know and the stories that we want to tell? And when I contacted him, I was like, yo, I got this record. You know, the producers from Detroit as well. I just felt like, you know, look, man, like if you tell your story and I tell mine, and we meet, you know, in the middle, you know what I mean? I just feel like, you know, this is gonna be something that's forever. And he agreed. And when he sent me the verse back, I was like, wow. When I put my verse with it and we put everything together, I was like, okay, this
makes sense.
This is what you call moving the culture.
Yes.
We're talking about something. We're not telling you to go get high.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to pop all the Xannies you want to take. Like, this is real life right here. We're talking about experiences. We're talking about trials and tribulations. You're talking about people that are legends in their own right. You know what I mean? Living legends. You know, some of them have passed that really, you know, paved the way for people like us to even think the way we think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To move the way we move, and we're paying homage to them. But at the same time, you enlightening the youth, like, look, like, you know, it's really real out here. So don't think just because, you know, you dancing in these videos and everybody, you know, having fun, like this is the other side. You know, it's real over here. So we're going to get back to the realness. We're going to talk about what goes on in the real world. You know what I mean?
The connection's perfect.
Right. No, that's a great song.
He's such a great soul. And I guess I feel like as a big sister, I'm constantly like, save your money. What are you doing? Every time I see him. But I love that he can talk to you.
Right. And I told him that last time I saw him, I went to one of his shows in Atlanta. And, you know, that was the first time we actually met face to face. And I was just like, yeah. So, you know, the first couple words, we topped it up. And my second thing with him was, look, man, you might want to, and I just gave him a couple words of advice. And I kind of saw how he looked at me like, oh, okay. So he was expecting me to be like, yo, let's go party. I'm like, no, listen. this is what you're doing, you know, but at the same time, you know, just watch this. But at the same time, you can tell a guy like that understands, you know, why you coming at him like that. Because I tell him, like, you one of us. Same thing I tell Kodak Black. We talk all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, look, little bro, like, you in it. The goal is to stay in it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The goal is to stay winning.
Yes.
Stay buying your mother cars. You know what I mean? Stay buying the houses. But in order to do that, you know what I'm saying, you got to think about what you're doing, because now you're not just an artist. Like, you're not just somebody that was trying to come up. Now you're a brand. You know what I'm saying? Now you're a Fortune 500 company. You know what I mean? You got to handle it as such. You the boss. If you go down, the head go down, the body gonna follow.
All is gone.
Right.
I remember you said something along the lines about artists not being scared to go corporate.
Right.
You know, and someone who's obviously in the streets might not understand that. They might be like, oh, you selling out.
Right.
But I think it's something about finessing business and understanding longevity in this game, or in whatever field you're in.
Right.
Sometimes there's the corporate game you got to play.
Right.
You know, for someone who doesn't understand kind of what that means.
I mean, to be honest with you, when you out here and you just, you know, trying to sell CDs out your trunk and all that, you in the rap game. You know what I mean? But the minute that it becomes real and you get your first paycheck, you in the music business. And with anybody that comes from the walk of life we come from, you know, you were bred to be a businessman. Like, you're not, your legacy shouldn't just, and I tell myself that all the time, my legacy just can't be great records.
Right.
That can't be who I am forever. I can't just be, you know, just a guy that makes some great songs. Like, what am I gonna do, you know, while I'm here? What kind of mark am I gonna leave when I'm not here, that people will say, you know what, he really, you know, did his thing. And it's like, you can't be scared to push the envelope. You shouldn't never let nobody put you in a box and just tell you you're just this. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you're gonna ever be. That's crazy. You know, I look at people like Magic Johnson. I mean, he's a great ball player, but look, he's a greater businessman. You look at Lionel Richie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He was a great artist, but he owns half a Rodeo. That's for real. You know what I mean? That's real life, and everybody knows this. It's public record. So at the end of the day, you should never let nobody just put you in the box because they feel like you done one thing great. Why can't I do 10 things great? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I do 20 things great? Like, why do I have to stop at one thing because you feel like that's who and what I am? I'm still building and learning and pushing myself every day. So it's never gonna stop. I'm gonna stay creating goals, and I'm gonna stay achieving them. I'm gonna stay executing. I'm gonna keep my team, you know, just on deck so they can understand my vision and to see where I want to go, because the sky's the limit. You could do anything you want in this world, like anything, if you want to do it.
Have you always felt this way?
Absolutely. When I jumped off the porch, that's what it was about. You know, when I got off the porch, all my family worked at factories and had these little jobs where they was content. And my whole thing was I was never gonna be content. Like, how could that happen? Like, how could you tell me that I have to stay here in this one place and me and my mother live in this small trailer forever? It's like, no, I want my mother to have a nice house. I want my sister to go to college. I want to put myself in a better position so I could do things. I want to one day, you know, wake up and be able to sit on the beach all day too.
Yeah.
If I see, you know, Bill Gates or anybody else do this, it's like everybody has their beginnings and their stories, but it's like at the end of the day, if you let people just put you in a box, then you already lost. You know what I mean?
Damn.
If you're not gonna stay hungry, it's just like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna want information, you know, every day, if you're not gonna push yourself every day, like, why are you here for? Like, you're wasting your time. You're wasting the people around you time. It's just like, my team will tell you right now today, we can hit all types of success. What's next? What are we doing next? Oh, this is what I want to do.
Damn.
You gotta have it.
You have to.
Yeah.
And it's not, for some people might not understand it, it's not just about money. Sometimes it's just about educating yourself and just learning more information. Like, oh, I didn't know that happened. That's also enlightening yourself.
Right. But when you're driven and you're ambitious, that's just who and what you are. When you're not able to do that, that's when you feel trapped. That's when you feel like you hit the end of your road. That's when you feel like you're not being yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, more so than writing records or selling records, I think my talent is that I'm ambitious. You know what I'm saying? That's my real talent. You know what I mean? That's who I am. That's anybody that knows
Great
me.
records.
Right. But I think that,
and great business. Right. Great business intuition.
But I think the talent is the fact that I'm so ambitious.
Yes.
That's my talent. My mind's all day is like, you know what I mean? It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
And if I can see something and go, you know what? I can do that. But I'm going to do it better, but I can do that.
Now, is it also sometimes exhausting? Because it could be a gift and a curse at times if you don't know how to balance it. I'm sure.
I think I do well with balancing, because once you get a chance to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you know what I mean, you feel better off. It's just like, the time you get the chance to enjoy your bed for that one day, you just like, okay, I got my bed, it's nice. But I just think when you come from where we come from, it's like you can't never let up. You have to stay hungry. You have to stay. You have to keep that eye of the tiger. You have to have that fire burning in your stomach. Like, you have to have that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that, you're not going to be alive. You know what I mean? It's almost like, it's over. And I think for me, I would rather be exhausted, you know what I'm saying, like, than to be comfortable. You know.
That's a good one.
Right.
So many gems.
Right.
So many right now. Well, how do you have time to create this brand new album?
I mean, right now we just dropped 2 records. Cold Summer with Tee Grizzley, Bottles Up with Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him right now.
God, speaking of businessmen.
Right. I felt like, the record was about, having a good time and, just living life up to the fullest. And with a record called Bottles Up, I had to reach out to him because I was like, I saw what he did, with his brands, and I just felt like, as black men, as entrepreneurs, we should link up. You know what I mean? I have no problem that he has, spirits and beverages too, and he have a problem that I had it, and we just came together, and we just had a good time and created a great song. But at the same time, I'm quite sure, I got a lot of knowledge off of just, seeing how. He worked his move, and he did the same thing with me. But I feel like as entrepreneurs, as black men, that's what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
I don't see if you went to Yale and I went to Harvard, like, why can't we get money together?
Okay.
Why can't we inspire? Why can't we open up doors for each other? Why can't we put each other on game? That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you stay building with people that's around you and that are your peers, and it's just like, you look up and we're the Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that run the world, you know what I'm saying, in our own way, because we're really entrepreneurs. Like, you talking about puppets from Harlem.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm from, so it's like, why not?
Yeah.
But at the same time, the record is crazy. The energy is crazy, and it's true to life.
I feel everything you've done has been pretty true to life.
And it didn't feel like forced. You know what I mean? I felt like, he was on there, he was talking what he was talking. I was saying what I was saying, but it feels big, but it still feels like we touching the hood as well.
Authentic, for sure.
There's a lot of inspiration going on in that song.
A lot of rich people on that song.
Right,
if you just get the network together.
I want everybody to be rich if they want to be rich. But you got some people that don't want that, and I can respect
Well, it's because you're not insecure, right? Because there's a lot of people who are in that position who can do more, but they don't because they're insecure of their spot for whatever reason.
Right.
And that's probably, again, one of the many things that people love about you. You've never been greedy. Right? You're just kind of like, fair is fair, just is just.
Right.
I'm going to help you if you want me to help you.
Right.
And we could do it and get it done.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is like, I've been in a situation where I was the first one to get there and the last one to leave. So I feel like if you're going to come around me and we're going to get it in, you gotta have that same spirit.
Yep.
If you don't, you're in my way. And the last thing you want to do is be here and not give your whole gift and be as great as you can be. I mean, you think about it, the cemetery got all the dreams, all the wishes, all the hopes they there, but just think about all those people that didn't live their life to the fullest. If you had a chance to live your life over right now, like what would you do better? You know what I'm saying? And if you had a chance to be great at one thing, what would that one thing be? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to be great at being Jeezy. I want to be great, you know what I'm saying, inspiring the people around me and to do everything that I've done with nothing, Man. My daddy didn't leave me $200 million. You feel me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get it out the mud. I'm cool with that though.
And you're okay with putting in that work?
Because at the end of the day, if I ever get lost and I ever forget something and get off track, I know how to go right back and do what I gotta do and get back where I gotta get, because I did it before.
Have you had to cut off people who didn't have the same mindset as you? Or do you try your best to, all right, let me try, but at a certain point.
Right. I wouldn't consider the word cut off, but at the same time, if you're not trying to help me achieve my goals, if our views ain't the same,
right,
I think we would probably spend less time with each other.
Yeah. Because
I don't got time to play. Life is too short. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy it. I want to make a lot of history while I'm here. I want my legacy to be great. And if that's not what you want, it's cool. You just, you need to do what you do over there, because I've been around people that, look at you like you crazy. Like, who do you think you are? You think you better than everybody else? It's like, but it's my life though. What you want to do with yours?
Don't worry about me.
Right. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? This is what I'm here to do. All the penitentiary chances I took, all the things I've been through, it's like I finally got a chance to do it the right way, and I'm gonna do it the best that I can do it. If you down with that, cool. If you ain't, don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. It's all good. I'll meet you at the top. You know what I'm saying? We'll holler. You know
I know.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, sometimes it's gonna be some times where you like, man, and you look around and there ain't as many people around as they used to, but dead weight is dead weight.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing with that. Baggage is baggage. And at the end of the day, I just want to be great. I want to be a great human being. I want to make sure that, people know that I gave this my all. And I want to be able to sit back one day and look at, I don't want to follow nobody else's path. I want to blaze my own trail and sit back one day and say, wow, you know what? I did that. You know what I'm saying?
I did the way I wanted to.
Right. I didn't ask anybody for anything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't take any handouts.
Yeah.
I ain't use no favors.
No.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I just got out here and got it out the mud. And, I want you to respect it as it is, because I never came and said I was going to be the greatest rapper. I always, position myself as a hustler. Yeah. Let me hustle, baby.
And let me just do you.
Let
that's
me
it.
do me. You know what I mean?
I think it's so great that that's all you ever wanted.
Right. I mean, because that's, that's my natural high. That's what gets me high. That's how I live. When I think of something and I actually see it, just really happen, it's just like, I did that. I woke up one day and I really wanted to get in real estate. And I look at all the property that I own in Atlanta now, and it's just like, it's crazy. I own city blocks, the same blocks I used to walk past. So when people see you, they might not see you with 20 chains on, but I own 20 buildings. If you add it up, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
And they're gonna continue to appreciate more than depreciate. But at the same time, that's what I want for myself. That's what I want for my legacy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you want from where you came from.
Right. And I came from an era, in a place where we didn't own nothing. We didn't. What was there to own? I was telling somebody the other day, like, I remember, chipping, going on half at the liquor store to get a little bottle of Hennessy. But it's like, now I have my own tequila. I remember not being able to pay the water bill. Now we have our own water.
It's
crazy. And I'm, doing business with people that really respect, my mind state. And I got that from where I came from. I just didn't forget that. I never forget that. So I don't look back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just know to keep moving forward, but just know what's back there. You know what I'm saying? If you
it's always a reminder.
Right. If you slip up.
So the new album,
right,
Snow Season.
Right.
When, is there a date, or are you still waiting, still got things, which is understandable?
I'm really just focusing on the 2 records that I put out, just to let my fans know that we in pocket, and I got something for you for real, It's gonna be a good ride right here.
Oh man,
it's gonna be everybody's gonna have a great Christmas off this. By the way, we're gonna stack some money. We're gonna blow some money. We're gonna live some life. We're gonna live some more life.
Yeah.
We might put on a couple chinchillas. Hey, if you don't want a chinchilla, throw on your bomber coat. Whatever, how you feeling.
Yeah.
But wrap up. It's gonna be a cold summer, baby.
Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, AKA wintertime.
Are you almost done with it?
I'm working.
Getting
everything together. Really just focusing on the records that I put out, because I felt like they was 2 great records, but at the same time I wanted to give them a little time to marinate.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just to let them marinate, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We got that sauce. You got to let it.
Of course.
You got to let it marinate just a little bit, and then we're gonna hit them with the entree.
I'm very curious on the entree.
Right, the entrees. Oh, listen, we good.
Anything we can know, anyone we can know that's gonna be on this entree.
Well, not just of yet.
Okay,
but
that's
the
fair.
conversation that we had earlier, you're gonna get a sneak peek.
Okay.
And I know you're gonna like this.
Okay, good.
Especially with the conversation we was having
before this. Yes.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah,
this
I know
makes
you can.
my
You're
heart
gonna call me. You're gonna
happy.
say, JayZ, you told me.
And I can't wait.
For sure.
This is such a good time for you. I feel it's so funny. I was looking at all the other things that you do outside of music, and I was just like, how do you enjoy your personal life?
Oh man, I try to stay busy. My thing. I mean, that's my personal life, my work. That's my lady. That's my baby. That's my everything. So for me, it's just like, coming from we come from, you might barely get a minimum wage job, so to be able to have a career, Like, I just want to focus on that.
Yes.
Right.
Like
you know what I mean?
longevity.
A career. Like, I get up and I got things going on.
Meetings and
my offices
conference
are running.
calls.
You know, I have an agency. We do marketing. Agency 99. We do marketing.
Oh my God.
Branding. You know, all that. So for me, it's just like, you know, I have to run, 10, 15 companies. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, that's excitement. You know, I get up, you know what I'm saying? I make sure, the team is on point. But at the same time, that's all I ever wanted, to be in a position where that I can, really do what I do. And by the way, pay a couple taxes and be straight.
Of course, absolutely. Pay our taxes. Thank you.
Not to have to look behind my back.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So this so to me, like, this is a good time, because it's just like, I tell anybody, just boss up. Like, and that's all I ever wanted. So now I'm in a position where, it's really bossy. You know what I'm saying? It really matters. Like, my opinion counts. My team's opinion counts. The moves that I make, people are watching. And it's just like, I ain't gonna stop. I ain't gonna let up. I ain't gonna slow down. I'm gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, we here now. We in the game.
I love it. There's no turning back now.
Oh, no. We in the game now. So now when these people see you, they look at you, they know your past, but they don't even they don't look at you as a threat anymore. They look at you as an asset. But you got the right to look at them however you choose to, because you don't need them for anything.
That's a great line right there.
You don't need it. I don't need it. It'll be a privilege for you to do business with me, like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, my coaches, they rocking with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, for me, it's like, knowing your worth and being able to sit in these rooms and not be looked at as like you don't know what it is you're doing, because I've proven that already. Yeah.
They really have. I mean, and not just once, like many, 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 many times. I always thought, when I saw you and Jay having such JayZ, I talk like I know about Jay. Like, I don't know JayZ. But you and JayZ have such a great friendship. Right. Yes, working business is great, but I think so many of us just admire the brotherhood that you guys have. Is that just years of trust and loyalty and honesty? I mean, it just seems so. And look, from the outside, I have no idea how Jay is in his day-to-day life, but it just seems very, I don't know if it's because of who you are and the same energy, same wavelength.
I think it's because we're cut from the same cloth, and, I think we have a lot of the same morals. That's what makes it real, because it's not like anything that's forced. And it's like when you have a conversation with somebody, you can tell if they on your wavelength in your page.
Absolutely.
Or not. You know what I mean? You can
within
see,
seconds.
Right. And and it's always been, just straight up with Hov. And what I like, we don't really talk about music or business as much. If it comes across, it's general. But when how's the fam, everybody good, we catch up, and then we just, hang like two entrepreneurs.
I love this.
We hang out, you know what I mean? We go eat good, we chop it up, and it's always real bossy, but I feel like, that's what makes, it real and makes it authentic, because 9 times out of 10 when you think rappers, and that's why I always say I don't want to be in that box, because we're so much bigger than that. It's like we're not coming together as rappers, we're coming together as black men with power. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And knowledge. So
enlightenment.
Right. So everything is all about inspiring the other. You know what I'm saying? It might just be something simple. It might be like, what we eating today. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what?
I discovered this, XYZ. I looked this up. I feel like that would be a great conversation.
Right. So and to me, it's real. You know what I mean? It's not based on business. It's not based on how much money I can make for him or how much money he can make for me. You know what I'm saying? It's based on power. You know what I mean? We done tours, we done records. We got more records. Me and Jay got more records than him and Big got.
Wow.
Notorious Big. But at the same time, it's like we won't even talk about those records. You know what I mean?
And we'll never get to hear that.
Right. Yeah. But
Maybe.
At the same time, I just think as black men, as businessmen, you have to always stay linked up with people that's gonna inspire you. You know what I'm saying? People that's gonna walk the walk that you're walking and talk that talk, because you want to always surround yourself with people that are determined. Yeah. That do have ambition. Other ways of ambition and staying motivated, because that's what's gonna keep you on your toes. That's what's gonna keep you going.
Who inspires you other than Jay?
Right. To be honest with you, there's a few people. You have the Diddys, you have the Dr. Dre's, you have those type of people that made a lot of money. But really, like, my culture inspires me, because I just feel like, we're the people that's giving nothing, but then yet we gonna make everything. We gonna make these wonderful lives for our kids and our families just off of sheer hustle. It's off of sheer belief. And that's what motivates me. That's what keeps me inspired. When I'm in the streets and I see people and they like, yo, G, you never did. I like Soul Survivor. They're like, no, man, I was down and I listen to your music and look at me now. And like, you see these people, they're doing great. They're grown, they're adults. So for them to come and tell you, how you changed their lives,
man,
that's motivation in itself. Because it's like, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. I mean, and when you got people like Barack shouting you out, without never even meeting you,
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? So it lets you know that they're paying attention, but from afar, and I can respect that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? I think sadly in our culture, it comes down to if you give someone credit or whatever it is, oh, you're riding them, you're on their coat. Nah, man. Sometimes it's just, I don't have to know you to know that you're a great businessman and you do a lot for people. Yo, big ups to you. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think sometimes, I don't know what it is. I don't know what that mentality is.
It just comes from, and
like we all can't have it, so I can't show love because that means it's taking something away from me.
Nah, I call them young cats all the time. I love what you're doing. I told Tee Grizzley the other day, I'm a fan, bro. Like, I ain't tripping like that. I like it. I'm not a fan of everything, what I mean? But I like this.
Yeah.
I just think you got to give credit where credit is due, and I just think that's what it's about. Going back to the conversation we had about when me and Puff linked up for the record and all that stuff. It's just like, that's giving credit where credit is due.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's building together. That's like, why wouldn't we support each other? So I wouldn't hate on the next man because he's doing well. You know what I'm saying? Or hate on the next man. Like, if I don't agree with something that he's doing, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. I'm a grown man. Like,
exactly.
I don't gotta like everything you do. I might like everything about what you got going on. I might not like the way you handle business. I might not like the way you handle people.
I don't think you're messy though.
Right. No,
I haven't seen.
Right. But it's two separate things because this is my job, so to speak. So when I show up to work, I'm at work. When I do my private life, that has nothing to do with the office.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing to do with the office. You can't. Your coworkers are not your friends.
Yeah. At all.
You feel me? So it's like your employees, they're not your friends. They, this is business.
Yeah.
So you separate the two, and I think that's what keeps it, keeps it going. But I think a lot with the culture is because a lot of people was raised that way. A lot of people have been in households where. I've been in households where, somebody got their weave done, the auntie was mad. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the household, if you don't get the big piece of chicken, there's a problem. You know what I mean? So I just think that was the way we was raised, but that's why I always, the cats I respect, I reach out. I love it. Keep it going, bro. Stay focused.
I was going to ask, how is it when you see 21 Savage and everybody that's obviously coming out of Atlanta? Are you just rooting for them? Do you just...
I mean, at the end of the day, just coming from where we came from, it's just like you got to, we love to see the real ones make it. I can't say that everybody's, solid. And let me take the word real out. I'm just like, I want to see you pass the longevity game, though, because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking like you're leaning towards longevity, and I feel like, you can really become an artist, and I like it, I'm going to support that. But if I feel like you're one of these guys that's going to be around and you kind of got a niche, it's kind of tricky for me to be, up close and personal with you because I don't know.
We're not on the same wavelength, really.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's just about, it's about longevity. If I'm a businessman, I want to be in business with people. I mean, of course, I'm going to sit down with the guy from Coca-Cola before I sit down with the guy from, around the corner who's trying to figure something out, and then he running off on all the creditors. Like, I don't.
Yeah, no, we don't want that. Yeah.
I don't want to be in that situation. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and by the way, people done me like that. They sat back and watched me. I went through my trials and trills. I had situations that I had to get out of, but it's still respect because I didn't come to them and ask them for anything. I just got back on my feet and kept it moving. So now when you see me, it's like, hey, how you doing? It's what's up? You know what I mean? I didn't come to you and be like, yo, man, it's, you know what I mean? It wasn't none of that. I just figured it out and I kept it moving. So my thing to, any up and coming artist is just like, it's a lot of tests you have to pass, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things, including street stuff, like, rest in peace to Doughboy Rock, rest in peace to Bankroll Fresh, rest in peace to Doe B. All these people were great.
Yeah.
But it's just that one thing that they couldn't figure out how to balance the street with what they was doing, and you get caught up. That's a test within itself.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Test. And then you get past that, and there's another. So it's always chess. So it's like you got to just sit back and watch because it's chess. It's not checkers.
Oh man, and it's a long game.
Right.
It's a long game.
You got to have patience, and you have to make sure your next move is your best move.
Every single time.
Right.
Now, did it really, I think it did happen that Jay was listening to Seen It All and teared up.
Yeah, when we talked, he was just like, he listened to his verse.
Yeah.
And everything he was talking about, like with Emery and it's a lot of his people. I just think that was probably one of those verses that it took a lot out of him.
Yeah.
Because even when I listen to the song now, I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, when you write things that bring the Holy Ghost out of you,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you listen back to him, you're like, yo, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of those things. Like, I think that, because when I first sent him the record, he loved it. But when he sent the verse back and we talked on the phone, he was just like, yo, man, this verse almost made me. And I listened to it. I was like, I can see why.
I was going to say, now, when he told you that, when you go back and listen to it, do you listen to it differently?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's not a song anymore.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes you put out songs, they're just songs.
It's your
like,
soul.
Okay, right, yeah. And it's just like, I feel where he was coming from. Even when I'm around him, I see, me and Emery are great friends. You know what I'm saying? I never knew Emery before he went in, but I knew him when he got out. But Hov spoke on him so well, I had nothing but respect for him when he touched down. You know what I mean? But when I hear these things, and even some of the stories he was telling, because I didn't know Hov was getting busy in VA. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Okay, that's what's up. So for me, it's like, you learn about people when they, they say certain things, but when you have other people in the room or the situation they can vouch for them, it makes you respect it 10 times more. Like myself, if I say things, it's always going to be somebody around that goes, yeah, I was there.
Yep.
I posted a picture on my Instagram for Throwback Thursday of a night when I went out and I got into a wreck and totaled my Lamborghini.
Oh, man.
And then end up getting in my Ferrari the same night to go to the party. But I totaled the car, but I only had a scratch up more like I had
oh
some
my
stitches.
God.
But I put a Band-Aid on it and I left and I did with the party, did what I had to do. But the moral to the story is when I posted it, I just saw so many people was like, yo, I remember that night I was there. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's just those stories you tell that people can connect to. You know what I mean? Or times that you speak of that people can say, I was right there. And that makes it real. That makes it legit. That makes it like, I get that. So, with his verse, I think a lot of the things he said, and for me to hear people say, yeah, I was with Hov when he was in VA, I was like, wow.
Wow.
Right. So it is true, huh?
Yeah. So it is true. Okay.
You feel me?
Got it.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Would you say on the new album, is there a song or a verse that we get, the Holy Ghost from you? And is there one that connects with you? Or maybe it could be a past song. We don't even have to put that kind of pressure on the new album. Is there one that has touched you in a different way?
Right. I think Dreaming touched me a lot. Dreaming touched me a lot.
Oh, man.
What else? It's crazy. A lot of the stuff from the Inspiration did.
We're going to listen to that completely different now.
Definitely the Recession, because I just remember just going into hiding as like I'm not coming out until this album is done, and I'm going to talk the real. On the new music I just put out, Cold Summer, I just felt like the story I was telling the people I spoke of, like they were really people that I got two of my homies that's here with me right now.
Yeah.
We've been friends for, almost 2 decades.
Oh my God.
So we done went through a lot of things together, you know what I mean? So a lot of real situations, and a couple of people that I mentioned on the song that I still, kind of stay in contact with, that they're incarcerated. But to me, that's real, because it's like, for me to be where I'm at in my career, in my life, I still reflect and think about the times with them, because that's what made me who I am. So to pay that homage and to give them that shout out, and for people to actually see, that these are the people that you're talking about and they're still around, I think that speaks volumes. That just speaks to your truth. It's just like, nah, this is who we are. We're gonna continue to be great, but this is who we are.
This is what it is.
Right.
I feel like, and I could just be out of my mind, but I feel like when you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, damn, all right, I did that, but I got to keep going.
Oh, no, every day.
But you still enjoy those moments, right? And hearing about the recession, like, I'm always trying to imagine where you were mentally at that point, like your emotions. Can you feel those emotions again?
Absolutely. I mean, recession to me, it was a real time, so I just felt like it called for real music.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, let's not talk about the watches in the cars and how you're living. Like, let's talk about the real.
Yeah.
Let's speak on it. And every record I did, when I was done, I knew I was done. That was like the first album I did when I knew I was. I've recorded hundreds of records for albums sometimes. You know what I mean? But that's like the first like 17. I was like, yo, this is it.
This is it.
This is the album.
You got the best of me.
Right. This is it. And I did the intro last, and it was just like, it was like, this is real. And I remember going to tell L.A. Reid, I was like, yo, I want to put out this song first. And he was just like, all right. It's not a hit. I was like, but it ain't about hits.
That's not what I do this for.
Right. This is the real thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, L.A. Reid was like, go talk to your people then. I was like, all right, cool. And when it worked, I think that album sold maybe 2 million records. And I just remember sitting in the room with him. He's like, one thing I can respect about you is you stick to your guns and you know what to do for your people. And I just remember being out that night when that album came out, and just how people walked up to me. It was like, yo, man, you really, I'm just like, whoa. And even My President Was Black, it was just like, you know, I recorded that song, you know, 5 months before he was even elected.
It's crazy.
The album came out before he actually got in office. So for you to take a leap out there like that, you know what I mean? I just felt like that's how confident I was about my mind state, you know, recording that album. That's how confident I was about Barack's gonna be the new president.
Yeah.
And that's how confident I was about the knowledge that I had. And I just wanted to share with, you know, my culture, because where we from, you know, it's called a drought. You know what I mean? But the recession was something I heard in a room full of business people. There's like, yeah, the recession is about to hit. It's going to be like that. And I'm like, yo, they got all this money and they worried about being broke too? I got to go make sure. I got to spread this word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people didn't even know what the word recession meant, you know what I mean, until I put that album out.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right.
Did you ever have a chance to talk to Barack about it?
Nah, actually we was gonna meet. He had a dinner here in New York, and I got invited to the dinner, but when I actually got there, the Secret Service told me I couldn't come in, so that was a little tricky. You know, I want to spend all my money on my Tom Ford suit. You know what I mean? And they told me I couldn't come in, but you know, I kind of felt the way in the beginning, but what he did do that I got a lot of respect for is when he sided me out at that correspondence dinner. Because you know, sometimes, you know, you can touch people without being in the same room with them. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like that was, you know, my salute. You know, and that was more than enough for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? That mean like I hear you loud and clear, but you know, under the circumstances,
it is what it is.
Right. I can't stand next to you, Nino. You feel me?
Oh man, I am so happy for you. I'm happy to see the space that you're in right now. Every time I feel throughout the years, our first interview was in the Bay, and I've just seen you grow. And yeah, I was doing the night show out in the Bay, and the Bay loves you.
Right. Shouts out to the Bay.
Yeah, they, you know, there's something special about the Bay in Atlanta for sure. Shout out to Big Von and everybody because, you know, they rocked with you and they still rock with you so tough. Sure. But it was, you've always been good. And then when you came to Hot, you've been good to me then, and you're still good to me. And I appreciate you, and I can't thank you enough. And I also have a present for you before you go. This is from Colin. It's an I'm with Cap shirt.
For sure.
And, you know, being that you are the voice of the people and just everything that you stand for, and you know, listen, Colin works out to your music. I mean, this is something for the people. So, you know, we always thank you for everything that you share with us.
Already, likewise.
Thank you so much.
For sure. Appreciate you having me.